When it comes to generative AI, the tool you choose defines the limits of your creativity. Are you just pressing a button and hoping for the best, or are you actually architecting the result? Today, we're going deep inside ComfyUI, a tool designed to put you, the creator, firmly in the driver's seat.
And that really is the fundamental question. Are you simply a passenger on this journey, or are you the pilot? Your answer often comes down to the interface you're using, so let's explore the critical difference between getting a result and having total, granular control over how that result is made.
Here's a useful analogy. On one side, you've got a familiar car dashboard. Think of tools like Automatic 1111. All the essential controls are right there: tabs, sliders, buttons. It's intuitive, and it gets you where you're going quickly. On the other side, you have ComfyUI. This is like stepping directly into the engine room. It might look more complex, but it gives you the power to fine-tune every single component for absolute peak performance and control. Now, this node-based system isn't some brand new invention. It's a proven concept, borrowed directly from professional-grade software. If you've ever seen the node editors in Blender or the blueprint system in Unreal Engine, this will look familiar. ComfyUI applies that same logic to AI generation. You're no longer just filling out a form, you're visually architecting the entire process from the ground up. So, let's get into what it really means to think in nodes. This is a completely different way of interacting with the AI. Instead of just sending it a command, you're building a visual program that maps out the entire journey from start to finish. Technically, every workflow you create in ComfyUI is what's called a Directed Acyclic Graph, or a DAG. Let's break that down. Directed just means the data flows in one direction. Acyclic means it never loops back on itself. So each node you place is a distinct operation, and the wires you connect create a precise, one-way visual map for the data to follow. This graph is the logic of your generation.
Let's look at a simple example, a basic text-to-image workflow. First, the Load Model node selects your AI model. Next, the Encode Prompts nodes convert your text into numerical data, or tokens. This data flows into the K-sampler, which is really the heart of the process. It takes that data and some random noise and generates the image in what we call latent space, a compressed format the AI works with. Then, the VAE decode node translates that latent image into the final pixel image we can actually see. And finally, you save it. Every single step is laid bare and is completely open for you to modify.
This graph-based approach isn't just about transparency and control, it is also incredibly efficient. In batch processing scenarios, ComfyUI can be up to 112% faster than other interfaces. That is a significant performance gain that translates directly into time saved.
So, how does it achieve this speed? The secret is a technique called intelligent caching. ComfyUI's graph structure allows it to understand which parts of the workflow have changed. If you only adjust your prompt, for example, it knows it doesn't need to reload the entire multi-gigabyte model. It only re-executes the nodes downstream from your change. This is the exact same optimization principle used in software compilers, and it saves an enormous amount of computation.
Here is a feature that completely changes how you collaborate. The entire workflow, every node, every connection, every setting is saved directly within the metadata of the final output file. This means you can just drag any image or video made in ComfyUI back onto the canvas, and the exact workflow that created it will instantly load. It is perfect reproducibility, making it incredibly easy to learn, to debug, and to share your methods with others. Now, the core functions are impressive, but the real power of ComfyUI comes from its vast, open-source ecosystem. Because it's so modular, developers from all over the world can create and share custom nodes, basically new tools and capabilities that you can plug directly into any workflow you build. And because of this incredible community effort, ComfyUI has expanded far beyond simple image generation. There are custom nodes for advanced video processing, for running large language models, for audio synthesis, even for generating 3D models. It's evolved into a universal, multimodal hub for almost any kind of generative AI work.
If you're getting serious about ComfyUI, there are a few node packs that are practically essential. The Impact Pack gives you powerful tools like the Face Detailer for restoring facial details. AnimateDiff is a groundbreaking pack that lets you create video from any static image model. IP Adapter Plus lets you use images as highly detailed prompts. The WAS Node Suite is just a massive toolbox with hundreds of utilities. And the one thing you need to manage all this is the ComfyUI Manager, an indispensable tool for installing and updating everything else.
When we talk about AI video, ComfyUI really is in a class of its own. It has become the de facto standard for a reason. The ability to control the generation process on a frame-by-frame basis gives animators and video artists a level of precision that other tools simply can't match.
And a big part of that dominance is how quickly it adapts. Because of its modular design, new models for images, video, audio, or even 3D can be integrated by the community almost as soon as they're released. This means you're not waiting for a big software update. You'll almost always have immediate access to the latest cutting-edge technology.
This deep control allows for some truly advanced techniques. Take prompt scheduling, for instance. This allows you to program changes to your prompt at specific frames during a single generation. You could start with a prompt for a forest in summer and have it transition to a forest in winter over 100 frames. This creates incredibly smooth, evolving animations that would be impossible otherwise.
So this all brings us to the central question. Where is the right balance between this immense power and the initial learning curve? Let's figure out how to choose the right tool for your specific goals.
Looking at them side by side, the trade-offs become clear. The interface is the most obvious difference, traditional versus visual. But a key technical advantage for ComfyUI is VRAM efficiency. Its dynamic graph only loads what's necessary into your GPU's memory, allowing you to build more complex workflows and generate higher resolution images on the same hardware. The price for this power is a steeper learning curve, but in return, you get perfect reproducibility and simply unmatched flexibility.
So the choice really depends on the task at hand. If you're doing quick one-off image generations, or you're just focused on learning prompt engineering, a tool like Automatic 1111 offers a fantastic guided experience. But if you're building complex, multi-step processes, creating video and animation, or you need to squeeze every last drop of performance out of your hardware, then ComfyUI isn't just an option, it's the necessary tool for the job.
Ultimately, ComfyUI doesn't just hand you a finished tool, it gives you the entire toolkit. It lays out all the components of the generative engine on a blank canvas. Yes, it asks for a deeper understanding of the process, but the reward is nearly infinite control over the final creation. So the real question isn't which tool is better, it's this: when your workflow is a blank canvas, what will you build?